My dad
And so
shared.
you don't know
yes.
whether this money was for a job? Would you?
I knew.
How do you know and you couldn't hear?
Because
they are discussed earlier.
My father had updated us before leaving home.
Sorry?
Before leaving our home to Mondo's place. Yes.
That's still okay with me.
Yes.
So it is your father who is telling you we are going to pay Dr. Monda to help us get a job. Is that your point?
Mondo had called him.
Yes.
We visit him.
That's still okay.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, the point I'm just, the real bottom line, Dennis,
yes.
if you don't mind, is that there is no point at which you and Dr. Monda discussed whether or not he can get you a job. All you know is what your father told you.
Yes, all the communication was through my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, let's look at paragraph 5 of your affidavit. You say that in early April 2023, my father had learned through the deputy governor of a job at Quasco. You seen that? Paragraph page 17, honorable members, page 17, paragraph 5. Are you there?
Yes.
So in early April 2024, my father had learned through the governor of job vacancies. Your position is that it is governor who told your father there. That's what you're saying?
Yes, that's my position.
The source of information was the deputy governor telling your father?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at paragraph 9 of your affidavit. The next page, page 18. At page 18, you said that the deputy governor called us to his home in Kisii within days of being informed by my father about the post and before the interview. You can see that?
Yes.
Okay. So, at paragraph 5, you're saying the traffic of information is from the deputy governor to your father.
Yes.
In paragraph 9, you're saying the source of the traffic is your father calling the deputy governor. The Senate is to take who initiated this discussion about the job. Is it as in paragraph 5 that it is the deputy governor who initiated it, or it is your father who initiated it as in paragraph 9?
It is the deputy governor who called my dad.
So paragraph 9 is inaccurate?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, I would like us to look at paragraph 6. So the governor, according to you, governor calls your father, tells him there's a job, and then your father tells you to scout. You use the word scout. You scouted and so on and so forth, isn't it?
Yes.
And then at paragraph 6, then, you say that on Friday, 21st April 2023, while I was working with a company known as Together as One, as a marketeer, my father brought to my attention the advertisement for job vacancies with Quasco on its website. I downloaded the advert and applied for the post of commercial manager. Is that statement, do you stand by that statement as it is? The information, isn't it? Yes. When was the first time you knew on the face of that statement? 2021st, isn't it?
From
$799 happens after you've made the application, isn't it?
after I did my interview.
After you did your interview?
Yes.
And you did your interview. I know in in evidence in Q, you say the interview was on 25th of May.
Yes.
The correct position is that it was on 15th of May, isn't it?
It's when we did the interview. So
Sorry?
Interview?
Yes. It was on 15th May, isn't it?
It was around 25th.
No, Lucy says, and even you have said in other places it was 15th.
You can see from the...
Yes, we can see from your letter of invite. At I will get the date in a minute and then probably, okay. If you could go to page 40, if you could go to page 40. You are shortlisted, isn't it? I'm just trying to locate your name. I'm sorry about this.
Check it on
Yes, page 35.
39.
Yeah, 35. Huh?
39.
39.
Yeah, that's the list of the short list.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So when was it? When is the interview?
26th May.
That's when the interview is.
Yes.
See, 39.
Page 39.
This is a short list of human resource manager. Why are you applying for human resource manager?
We did the same.
Could you look at page 35, please?
Page 35, yes.
Anyway, let me
Yes.
do this. Eh?
It is
I don't see the date.
25th May.
Sorry?
It's on 25th May.
If you look at the bottom of page 36. Page 36, are you at page 36?
Yes.
Does it show the date at the bottom there
Yes. Sure.
of the interview?
Yes.
Okay. So when was your interview again, my friend?
This shows when the shortlisting was done, date 15.
Okay, 15.
But the interviews were held on 25th.
Okay.
Yes.
We will come back to that. But you are telling this Senate, you learned of the adverts on 21st, you made the application, you are shortlisted, and you went for the interview. Before you discuss about the bribe, that's really what I want. I want the point in time at which the issue of bribe was discussed. You're saying it was after the interview or before the interview?
After.
After the interview?
Yes.
Okay. So the interview could have been 25th May?
Yes.
Okay. Now, before that date, when the interview was done, you had not discussed raising money to pay Dr. Monda?
We had, my dad told me that it will be required,
Yes.
but at that time the deputy had not communicated.
Okay.
Yes.
And he told you around when? And I'm okay if you can't remember, just give us
After-
a general timeline.
That's around after that was around April, towards the end of April now.
Around?
April.
Around April.
Yeah, towards the end.
Sorry?
Towards the end of April.
You made your application on 21st April, isn't it?
Yes.
And you said towards the end of April, so we are looking at around 25th to 23 is when your father tells you it's likely some amount will be required to get the job, isn't
This
it?
April, we are talking about May. May is when we gave
Yes.
the amount, yes.
Yeah, what I'm asking you, Dennis, is when did the subject of being bribed come up?
After my interview. which
After your
is-
interview?
Yes.
Okay. And you're telling this Senate the interview was on 25th?
Yes.
25th May. And before that, the issue of bribe had not been discussed?
It was not been discussed, but we had an idea after my interview that something will be required.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell the Senate again. So you're saying before you did your interview on 25th, Dr. Monda had not asked for anything, but you, in your place, you suspected he might need.
I cannot take the communication which took place between my father and the deputy governor.
So the first time you had communication from Dr. Monda was post-interview on 25th of May. That's the first time Dr. Monda spoke and said, please bring me 800,000, according to you, from your father.
I cannot tell because they usually talk.
Okay,
Yes.
that's okay if
Yeah.
you don't remember. But your position is that the earliest Dr. Monda spoke to you, asked about any money was after the interview.
Yes.
But before that, he had not asked for any money.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said something I didn't know. You said before he asked you for the money after the interview on the 25th May, you suspected he might need some money.
You know, I told you all communication was done.
Just answer the question.
Yes.
You had said that earlier,
Yes.
or you're retracting it. Did you suspect that you will need some money?
To get some money, what do you mean? To give some money or to get some money?
To give him some money for the job?
Yes,
From where you sit that you knew he might need,
yes,
but he had not told you?
yeah.
Okay. Now, so we are looking at the date of application of 25th. We are looking at an interview done on we are looking at an application made on 21st of April and an interview done on 25th May. Now, I'd like us to go to the Deputy Governor's bundle, page 256. Honorable members, I'm looking at volume 1 of the County Assembly bundle, page 256. Are you there, my friend? Are you at page 256? No, I'm looking at this, your bundle, this one.
That's volume.
Page 256, but this bundle here. Page 256, please. The sale agreement, basically. Are you there? 256. It is after something like this, I don't know. Mr. Speaker, am I allowed to go next to him and so that we move on as they look for the page?
Please, if you can assist, that will be appreciated.
Okay, therefore. Now, Mr. Dennis, I would like you to see the bottom of that agreement. In evidence in chief, you admit that you made that agreement on the 20th of April 2023, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, keeping in mind the timelines we've said, you applied on 21st of April, you went for interview on 25th of May, and then the request for a bribe was raised by Dr. Monda, according to you. By 20th of April 2023, when you're selling your saloon for 500,000, Dr. Monda had not told you anything about a bribe, isn't it? You are only suspecting that he will ask for a bribe.
I did not know any communication.
Sorry?
I did not know any communication from Wanda to my dad at that time.
Okay, so when you're selling it...
At this time, I was not even at home. I was in Nairobi.
Yes, I know you are in Nairobi.
Yes.
And so at that time, when you're selling it, you had no communication about any bribe being required.
My dad told me we will shift from Nairobi to Kisii.
Okay.
It was necessary to make the job arrangements.
Okay.
So I had to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dr. Monda, if you say your interview was on 25th of May, the issue of the need to use the money you had, the 500,000 and whatever else, came a month later, on 25th of May. This is 20th of April.
Yes.
And Dr. Monda is asking for money and I'm not saying he did, I'm saying according to your case, he asked for it a month later on 25th of May, isn't it?
Yeah.
All this time you're holding the money.
I was not holding the money. The whole amount I gave it to my dad. I told you they operate a business.
Yes.
So I gave them the whole amount
Okay.
to keep safe.
So, I have the greatest respect for you, greatest possible respect for you, Mr. Dennis. But when you cry and say, I sold my saloon, you are selling saloon from your own mind that a bribe might be required. Dr. Monda is not the one who told you, I need money, and when you're selling it, it was not because Monda told you to sell your saloon.
As I stated earlier, I did not know any communication
Yes.
between my dad.
So why are you crying?
Where is
Why are
my-
you crying and
okay.
it's not Dr. Monda who told you to sell your saloon or
Okay.
forced you to sell your saloon? He
Where-
had not told you to give him any bribe.
So where is my business? Where did it go to?
Yeah, that. When you sold it on 20th, Dr. Monda had not spoken to you, had he?
Okay, where are the proceedings?
Okay,
from the
anyway,
Salon
I think I've
Salon?
made my point to the Senate.
Yes.
I'd like to move on to a different issue. And I probably just want to finish because I know you need, your colleagues need time. So you said Dr. Monda also threatened you, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the other count against Dr. Monda. Now, we are agreed, Doctor, you never spoke with Dr. Monda at any point on phone, isn't it?
Every communication was done through my dad.
Through your father.
Yes.
And so even the threat came through your father.
No, this was, it came through now, it's Honorable Siocha, whom had reported the issue to,
Yes.
and told me to write a formal statement.
No, I don't know if you are mixing the issues.
Yes.
We are talking about being threatened.
Yes.
We are in agreement this far that there was no communication between you and Dr. Monda. Every time you needed to communicate with Dr. Monda, you do it through your father, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the question is, you, at a certain point, labor under the feeling that you have been threatened. That feeling was communicated to you by your father, or by who, or by what?
You know, when I told my dad I want to make a formal complaint, he was not of the idea.
Please just answer the question
Yes.
directly. It is your father who told you.
Yeah,
Dr. Monda is very upset and has threatened your life.
He did not say, okay, I got the information from my dad,
Yes.
and also got some
So the
information.
Senate can then rest and say, knowing that the point that you are threatened was communicated to you by your father, that it came from Dr. Monda, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now that's good enough. I want to move on from there. Now, look at paragraph 17. I have two last issues I want to discuss. Okay, first of all, paragraph 12. You have nothing to show that any 300,000 was given to Dr. Monda, do you? Other than saying it, other than word of mouth.
No.
You don't have.
Yes.
And your witness for the point that 300,000 was given to Dr. Monda is your father, Mr. Joseph Misati, isn't it?
Yes, I was with my dad.
He was. And he will come and testify and say,
Yeah.
I was with my son when we gave Dr. Monda the money.
Yes, I was with him.
Okay. Now, let's move on to paragraph 17. You say, I informed my father and the deputy governor of my intention. No, paragraph 15. You say that I thereafter wrote a demand letter to the deputy governor. Could you confirm that in the totality of the documents you brought, you've not given us a copy of that demand letter?
What I did after the complaint to the Honorable Siocha, Wycliffe Siocha?
No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
We have documents here which the Senate is looking at, as you've seen, we've gone through. That letter is not amongst the letters. There is no demand letter, isn't it, that you've brought to this Senate or to the Assembly, isn't it?
I gave the copy to Honorable Siocha.
And so you don't know, it's Mr. Siaja, Honorable Siaja will explain it, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Then you reported to EACC, isn't it?
Yes, I did.
Now, I would like you to, honorable members, I want to refer to our bundle, DG's bundle, page 16, where the letter of EACC is. Now, could you confirm that this is not a letter of complaint? This letter at page 16. Why do they keep taking away the document from you, Dennis? Okay, you're at page 16. So page 16 is a letter dated 6th of February 2024, delivered to the EACC on 20th of February, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in that letter, that's not the letter you used to make your complaint, isn't it? This is a follow-up letter. Let's just go direct like that.
This is a follow-up letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you brought this Senate a copy of your letter of complaint tabulating the issues you have complained against Dr.
The complaints were recorded.
Yes.
And there was no end document given.
So you
Yes,
have
yeah.
nothing to show it?
It's only the recording that they did at the ASCC.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have no reference number?
There was no reference number given.
Now, this Senate is investigative in this kind of matters and might want to know whether that report was made. Could you tell this Senate, what day did you make this report to EACC?
It was before this.
No, I'm saying, so you were prepared to make this case. Mm-hmm. You're saying you reported to EACC. Could you tell us, was it on 14th of February 2023? or 16th, or whichever date? Could you give us a specific date? Or you don't have a date?
I cannot remember the specific date.
Now, if this, which place did you report this to?
AICC.
Where?
Integrity.
Integrity House.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And your statement is at Integrity House?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if the Senate wants to summon somebody to confirm that, who did you record your statement with? Give us a name.
Oh, I don't know the name, but after I
Not
made,
the name either.
after I made the complaint,
And
and
just answer the question directly so that we move. You don't have the name. You don't have a name.
yeah, I remember she was a lady, but I don't know, remember the name.
Sorry? You?
She was a lady.
She was a lady?
Yes, but I don't know.
Right-handed or left-handed? Or you don't know?
I cannot tell you.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
don't know the name, you don't know the date,
Yeah.
and you have no copy of any bit of any complaint. Okay. I would like then to move on to a different issue as I close. What is your wish from this Senate? Your wish is that you get back your money. Is that what you want this Senate to say? What is your wish?
You know, my wish as a young graduate
Yes.
is just a representation
Yes.
of the exploits that
No,
the
you
youth are
cried
going
about
through.
your
Yes.
money. You cried about your money. And so, is it your point that you want the DG to be punished? You want him to lose his job? Or you want refund of your money? What is it you want this Senate to
When
do?
I complained, I made a complaint to the...
You're not answering
yes,
my question.
I wanted back my money.
You want back your money?
Yes.
And your expectation is that this Senate will tell the DG to give you back your money?
So,
Okay, so let me ask you differently.
Yeah.
Have you filed a civil suit
Sorry?
for refund of your money?
No.
And is it your interest that your father's friend be punished? Is your point that I want punishment for him, or that's not your interest? Your interest is money or punishment?
My interest is not only money,
Yes.
it's my long-term savings that I've made over the period of years.
Yes, that's the same point. You want
Yes.
money. Yes.
Yes, and this is just a representation of the youth.
Yes. So I'm asking
of
you.
the exploits we are going through, these politicians who ask favors in return of jobs. So I'm just a representative of the youth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've come to represent the youth in making this complaint.
I actually say yes.
You've come
And
for-
if there are other youths out there who have
So you've
not,
come here on behalf of the youth.
sorry,
You have come on behalf of other youth.
this was on my.
Please just answer my question, yes or no. You've come on behalf of other youth.
It's both.
Okay. And your
Yes.
tears this afternoon is also for the rest of the youth.
It was my lifetime savings. It's for the baby I lost.
Now
through
let's
this
look at
process.
page 15 of the DG's bundle, which is your letter of complaint.
Page.
Page 15 of that same bundle. Page 15, honorable members. At page 15, you've said the only are you at page 15?
This one.
Yes, that one, yes. You said, I have written to you because the deputy governor is acting with impunity. I believe as a member of the county assembly, you are in a position to assist me by disciplining him through the county assembly. All you've come is to punish him. You're not even interested in your money and your salon. You're only interested in him being punished, isn't it?
Punishing him means it's a refund, and to see.
Have you asked for any refund in any of either your affidavit or your statement?
I wrote actually to him to get a refund to complain the money he took for me.
Okay.
Yes.
I will move on because I just want to use the last thing I want to explore before I hand over to my colleague is page 13. If you could go to page 13 kindly, the second paragraph, page 13 of the DG's bundle, honorable members. Are you there at page 13? Paragraph 2, you said, the brief facts are that in April last year, 2023, my father relayed some information he had received from the deputy governor about an advert on Quasco. You can see that?
It's on page.
Page 13, please. Page 13. Are you at page 13? Your letter of 19th December. Yeah, this one.
This one.
So I'm inviting you to paragraph 2. Are you at paragraph 2?
Yeah.
The brief facts, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, could you confirm this is what you wrote? The brief facts are that in April last year, 2023, my father relayed some information he had received from the deputy governor. You can see?
Yes.
Now, this letter was written when?
The letter I wrote to
You wrote this letter when?
December.
December, 19th December.
Yes.
So taking paragraph 2 for its full meaning, it means you wrote this letter last year, 2022.
Sorry?
Taking this paragraph 2 for its full meaning, it means the brief facts that are in, the brief facts are that in, they should have read brief facts of this year, 2023.
Yes.
Who wrote this letter, you or Honorable Sioja?
I'm the one who wrote.
Who wrote
He
it?
told me to write a formal complaint.
Now, I put it to you that it is true that this letter was backdated to all these events. Is Honorable Sioja came to you and said, we are looking on behalf of the governor for a way to remove the deputy governor. And we know you have an issue with him. Could you please do a complaint? And then the two of you then backdated the letter to 2023 when we were already living in the year 2024.
Actually, honorable members,
Yes.
there was no backdate.
You deny
there was no backdate.
You deny that you're not a weaponized youth.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want us to go then, since you say that, to page 14. Are you at page 14? At page 14. I would like us to look at paragraph C. Are you at paragraph C? Are you at paragraph C, please?
Yes, yes.
Yes. At paragraph C, you said 50,000 on 28th May through my M-Pesa. And then after that statement, you said, next year to unmarked DMM4 is a true copy of my M-Pesa statement, printout reflecting the said transaction. Can you see that?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I attached my M-Pesa statement.
You attached your M-Pesa statement?
Yes.
You attached it to the letter of 19th December 2023.
Yes.
So you had an M-Pesa statement on 19th of December, which you attached to that letter and sent to Sioja, isn't it?
The one I sent to Sioja.
The one you are relying on in this Senate, isn't it?
This is the one I gave to. I gave this statement.
Okay, so
to
let's
Sioja.
look at the
Yes.
annexure then. I would
Yes.
like you to go to page. I would like us to go to page 22. Page 22 of that same bundle, the Deputy Governor's bundle. Actually, page 21. Sorry, your honourable members. Are you at page 21? Are you at page 21?
Yes.
Is it true that the date of obtaining this M-Pesa statement was 29th January 2024, as we said a few minutes ago in my cross-examination?
It's true. This is
true,
when,
29th
yes.
April.
Yes.
So when you are saying you are attaching it,
Yeah.
and it is December 2023, this M-Pesa did not exist, did it?
I gave the first I gave the M-Pesa transaction. The first one I made, I printed through Safaricom.
Yes.
Again, he called me. He said he had misplaced the statement.
I put it to you that you're
Yes.
lying.
I'm not lying.
You're not lying.
Yes.
Where is that statement you had as of December 2023?
Now that's I gave to Sioja.
So Sioja has,
Yes.
so Sioja has,
When I made a formal complaint, I attached my M-Pesa statement. I attached my interview application.
so
Yes, all the
you are saying you gave
documents.
Honorable Sioja
Yes.
a statement, an M-Pesa statement
Yes.
that existed as at
Yes.
as at 19th December 2023.
Yeah.
And it's not this one.
Yeah.
And this is not the annexure you put there.
This is
It's not the annexure you gave Honorable Sioja.
This is another one I printed again. Yeah.
And that other one that you had is not, you've not presented it anywhere, have you?
The
It's
first
nowhere
one.
in the whole of your case, isn't it?
The first one I gave it to Sioja. I told you. Yeah.
Sioja frustrated your case by doing that. I put it to you again, that the truth of it is that you wrote this letter in post 29th of January 2024. You carelessly said, I am enclosing an M-Pesa statement, which then buried your case by showing that indeed you are deep into the year 2024.
That's not true.
This statement shows that indeed this statement dated 19th December by yourself and stamped by Honorable Sioja on 21st February is backdated.
I'm not getting the whole sense in it because
You're
I
not
told
getting
you.
me.
Yes.
All I'm saying is, you write a letter dated 19th December. You say I'm enclosing an M-Pesa statement.
Yes.
The M-Pesa statement turns out to have been on 29th of January 2024, long after 19th of December, meaning you did not have this M-Pesa statement on 19th of December,
That's why I told
which
you.
in
yes.
effect means You wrote this letter after 29th of January 2024, and both yourself and Honorable Sioja backdated it. You backdated it to 19th of December and prepared a stamp with Honorable Sioja dated 21st of December 2023.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Yes.
I will, anyway, it is true from where we stand. Honorable Speaker, I would like my colleague, Mr. Kevin Michuki, to ask a few questions, probably about 10 minutes, and then we are done. Thank you.
Senator Gloria Robo, what's your intervention on this? Council, just hold.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to intervene when Senior Counsel was there because we are following the proceedings, Mr. Speaker, and I feel that they are not allowing for the witness to answer. So if they can just allow for the witness to answer, because we are also following, we are not getting the...
Very well noted.
Yeah, they are badgering the witness.
That is passed. Senior Counsel has already concluded with the witness. Counsel, proceed and ask your questions.
Perhaps, Mr. Speaker, sir, before Council addresses you, we were cautioned that we have 4 hours. Just for guidance purposes, do our 4 hours include the cross-examination session and time consumed?
Yes, Counsel for the County Assembly. Remember, the directions given was that you've been given 4 hours wholesome, which means it's inclusive of your examination in chief, cross-exam, and re-exam. So you have so far, I believe, we started at 2:30, or rather 3:30. You've done almost 2 hours of your time.
Then to that effect, would there be equality of arms? And I'm guided by your directions, Mr. Speaker, so that then the defense does not eat into our time, because that could be their strategy as well. And we still have 5 more witnesses aligned. Could we get directions as to how do we get equality of arms in that respect?
Proceed mindful of the time that is provided for the County Assembly as well as the defense, as we will deal with it as we progress.
Thank you. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Yangu yalikuwa kwamba lazima nipate mwelekeo Mheshimiwa Spika. Viongozi senators walio hapa si vyema wao kuchukua nafasi kana kwamba ni mawakili ama wawakilishi wa either wa
That means you divide that time with regards to re-exam, cross-examination, and examination in chief. However, let's progress. Be mindful of the time. We will appropriately give instructions at that time, but be mindful of that time allocation as you proceed. Council, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, members of the House, for the record, I am Kevin Mishuki, appearing for the Deputy Governor. Good afternoon, Mr. Misati.
Good afternoon to you.
I'll start you off by first inquiring. Are you a resident of Kisii County or Nyamira County?
I'm a resident of Nyamira County.
Nyamira County.
Yeah, I come from Nyamira County.
So if someone was to tell us you are a resident of Nyaribari, Chache, they would be lying.
It would be a lie.
It would be a lie.
Yes.
If Mr. Siochi, who moved the motion at the County Assembly, was to say you are a member of his ward, that would be a lie.
It will be a lie.
Okay.
Yes.
You've indicated that you were working and running businesses in Nairobi County.
Yes.
When did you move back to Kisii or to Nyamira?
After I did my interview.
No. April, March,
It was
February?
April. It was in the month of April, yeah, last year.
April 2023.
Yes.
Okay. And then when did you go and meet the DG?
I met him at his home on 28th of May.
Of May.
Yes.
And that was the first time that you met the DG or went to his place?
That was the first time that I went to his place, but I had met him several before.
Okay, at his place, this was the first time you
This
went
was-
with your brothers
Yes.
and your father?
Yes.
Okay. How long had you been in Nairobi before that?
For a period of 13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
So since the DG came into office, you've been resident in Nairobi?
Yes.
Okay. So you cannot state how often your father visits the DG at his place?
I cannot tell.
Okay. So whether that was a regular occurrence or not, you cannot say?
Yes.
Okay. You've indicated that you were employed by a corporation known as Together as One.
Yes.
Have you provided any proof of this fact?
No.
Okay. Was the money that you utilized to invest in your salon sourced from your employment or from your gambling activities?
It was from my salon business.
So you moved to, I go back to the issue of moving to Nyamira in April. Yes?
Yeah.
This was before you learned of this job at Guasco?
After learning about the positions, we now relocated to Nyamira.
But when did you apply for this job, this particular job?
It was early April. After I made the application, I did the interview. So when I came back to Nairobi and moved back.
Okay, I'll move you to your, there's your sale agreement
Yeah.
of your salon.
Yeah.
You can refer to that.
Yes. I remember. I can
It's
remember the
it's
date.
in your bundle. Not that bundle, the other bundle. Yes, when was this agreement made? When was the agreement made?
At Roy.
What page is that? You can, just for the house to be aware.
256.
Two?
56.
Okay. The agreement is dated at the bottom.
Yes.
On which date?
28th April.
20th April 2023.
Yes.
Okay. When you sold your salon, had you applied for the job?
There was a communication that the adverts will be out, so I prepared for an interview.
Had you even learned of this job at that time?
At this time, yes.
Okay. I'll take you to
Yes.
your statement.
Sorry?
To your statement. Refer to your statement. It's at page. Still bundle, volume number 1 of the County Assembly's bundle. All right, it's at page 248. Yes, I'd like you to read paragraph number 6 for the House. Mr. Misati,
Sorry?
just read it out.
I read that. Number 6.
Yes.
That on Friday, 21st April 2023, While I was working with the company known as Together as One Microfinance as a marketer, my father brought to my attention the advertisement for job vacancies with WASCO on its website. I downloaded the advert and applied for the post of a commercial manager.
Yes, so on the 21st, when your father brings it to your attention that there's a job at Guasco, you had already made an agreement and sold your salon.
There was an earlier communication that I should prepare.
We go with what is on record.
Yes.
According to the record, you had already sold your salon.
We had made an agreement, but I had not sold the salon.
Councillor Mishuki.
An agreement to do what?
Councillor
To sell,
Mishuki, just for purposes of housekeeping and for purposes of timekeeping as well, I have indicated that you, both for purposes of the case of the County Assembly, had 4 hours allocated. We have so far done 52 minutes in examination in chief. Cross-examination so far has taken 60 minutes. We are yet to deal with re-examination. Now, going forward, Councillor Mishuki, remember, if I had Senior Council Katwa indicated that you will take 10 minutes, I believe you will be done hopefully in the next 5 minutes with your cross-examination, so that we embark on re-exam and rework on the timelines going forward with the remainder of the witnesses. So I'm giving you so that you close hopefully in the next 5 minutes.
Mr.
on
Speaker.
that part. Before I give you back the mic, Senator Okongo.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you have dealt with part of the issue that I wanted to draw to your attention. We have done a number of impeachments on plenary. And Mr. Speaker, what normally happens from the chair, you give guidance to the length of time that will be spent for cross-examination. You know, this is a time-bound proceeding. We only have 2 days. If the defense is allowed to cross-examine for the entire of this evening, we will not have the benefit of taking evidence from the other witnesses. Like what is happening, Council Katwa did very well. He took us through the agreement. He made reference to the dates. Council is again taking us back to the same agreement, repeating the same questions. I plead that you give guidance for full compliance on the time that the defense should take for cross-examination so that we make progress.
Point taken, and of course you are aware from the chair, there's definitely no way the chair can intervene as to what you've just said. However, for purposes of proceeding, Councillor Mishuki, you should be closing in the next 5 minutes. We will give directives. I will give directives in your next witness. Of course, this must have been your star witness, and that's why this much time has been taken. Proceed to conclude.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we are guided and equally guided by Senior Counsel. Mr. Misati.
Yes.
We shall move from that point and move to a quite emotive issue, it seemed. In your evidence in chief, you raised an issue that is neither in your statements or in the motion that was moved in the county assembly about your wife who was expectant having a miscarriage.
Yes, I did.
You can confirm to the House that this was not in your complaint to Honorable Siochi.
I had explained to him
The letter that we have, is it in that letter?
In the letter, it was not there.
Okay.
So
Is it in the motion that was moved at the county assembly?
I'm not aware, but I thought this was more of a personal family issue.
You have raised it before this tribunal, so we have to go to it.
Yes.
Have you put before this court, this honorable House, any documents to support this fact?
No, I haven't, because it was it took place in Kisii. I was not able to get the documents.
Can you at least give us a timeline? When did it happen?
It was August last year.
August last year.
Yes.
You've indicated that you made a statement to the AACC.
Yes, I did.
Yes. I'll take you to the follow-up that we have, the one you were referred to by Mr. Kato, just for confirmation purposes.
Yes.
There's nothing else you have placed before this tribunal or sent to Siochi with regards to the EACC?
I made the complaint when I came here around January. So when I made the complaint to EICC.
But nothing has been placed before this house,
Uh,
except that follow-up letter.
It was the follow-up letter.
You also testified that Lucy Waheto was called to record a statement at EACC, according to your knowledge, yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Were you, on what source did you get this information? Where did you get this information from?
I made a complaint to EICC.
Where did you get the information that Lucy had been called to EACC to record a statement?
Through the communication I got from EICC.
You got a communication from
Yeah,
EACC?
there's a lady who called me after I submitted my.
What was this lady called? It's another unknown person?
I cannot remember the exact name, but.
So another nameless unknown person from EACC. We move to the money that you paid. The transactions happened on the 28th of May.
Yes.
Was this before or after you were shortlisted?
It was after.
It was after you were shortlisted.
Yeah.
Was this before or after you were interviewed?
It was after I was interviewed.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were making a bribe to engage a process that had already occurred?
Earlier on, I did not call it a bribe.
Or a facilitation for you to
Yes,
facilitate a process
Yeah.
that had already occurred? Okay. The nod should go on record. You have noted
Means
yes.
yes.
Okay.
Means yes, yeah.
That must be your conclusion, right?
Mr. Speaker, sir, give me just some leeway, 2 questions.
I'd given you 5 minutes, Council.
They're almost, I can see a few seconds.
Yes, that's why I'm telling you that must be your last question.
Mr. Misati,
Yes, sir.
you explained that the reason you went with your father to this meeting was to act as a witness to the facilitation fee being paid.
Yes.
Okay. Were your brothers, who you say were also there,
Yes.
also witnesses?
This was my money. This was my.
No,
Yes.
I'm not asking you whose money it was. Were your brother also witnesses to this facilitation fee?
Yes, they
payment?
were present. Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
Have you called any of them as your witnesses to support that fact?
I haven't.
You haven't?
Yes.
Okay. You're afraid they'll say something different?
Sorry?
You're afraid they'll say something different? Or they'll side with your father and say that was his money?
I don't know the communication, but I took it personal, on a personal level.
Last question.
Yeah.
The follow-up that we discussed from the EACC at page 16 of the DG's bundle. Page 16, 16.
Yes?
You can see that letter?
Yes.
When was it received at the EACC?
It was written on 20th February,
20th February of which year?
2024, this year.
Of this year?
Yes.
After the motion had already been moved at the county assembly.
It was before.
A motion was not placed at the county assembly on the 13th?
You cannot tell the
You cannot tell the
counter assembly
particulars of...
issues, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Misati.
Okay.
Very well. Mr. Ndegwa.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Now we need to guide in terms of time. How much time do you need for?
Mr. Speaker, sir, for re-examination, I'll only take we'll take cumulatively a total of about 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Proceed, then we'll guide on the subsequent witnesses.
Dennis, you recall being asked a question why your mother was sending the money to you, yes?
Yes, I remember.
And you have had the allegation that this was a debt that was being paid, yes?
Yes.
And you've also confirmed that the deputy governor and your father had the traditions of sending money to each other previously, yes?
Yeah.
Were you involved in those transactions before?
No, I wasn't.
You only confirm that this is the only transaction that you are involved.
Yeah, this was the first and the only one I was involved in.
And confirm that the purpose which you are involved is because you are so the matter related directly to you in search of a job, yes?
Yes.
Confirm that the facilitation fee was sought by one deputy governor, yes?
Yes.
Further confirm that it is your father who told you that the deputy governor has placed a demand for purposes of securing that job, yes?
Yes.
Further confirm that it is your father who told you to send the 200,000 shillings to Mr. Monda, yes?
Yes, it's the one.
Further confirm that during the time at which you sent or the transaction was commenced, the recruitment for that post had not occurred, yes?
Yes.
You have been asked and taken through the statement about the gambling, yes?
Yes.
Did the gambling come before you sold the salon or after you sold the salon?
It was after.
After you sold the salon?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And that is a confirmation that one Mr. Monda rendered you destitute, yes?
Yes, it's true.
I'll take you, then I yield to Mr. Mutuma. Honorable Senators, I am referring to our bundle of documents, the big book, volume 1, page 189. And as they open page 189, you recall a question was put to you as between the deputy governor and your father, who approached who, yes?
Yes.
Are you there at page 189?
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Can you see where we have Mr. Katwa Kigen asking questions?
Yes.
And where we have the Honorable Deputy Governor answering?
Yes.
I want you to read the paragraph that begins, Mr. Speaker, just as a good friend, Mr. Joseph Misati and I, somewhere in April, I was made to know that there is an advert. Can you read that paragraph?
So it reads, Mr. Speaker, just as good friends.
Mr. Speaker, sir, that is a Hanson's for 29th of February 2023 that took place at the County Assembly of Kisii. What is the Deputy Governor saying in that statement?
Mr. Speaker, just as good friends, Mr. Joseph Misati and I, somewhere in April, I was made to know that there is an advert that has come up at Wasco, and Misati as a friend could ask me that his son has also tendered his application. Is it possible for him to be assisted to get a good job, to get a job? Yes.
Who is making that averment? Is it your father, is it you, or the deputy governor?
This is the deputy governor.
Is he confirming that he was involved in search of that job in your favor?
Yes.
Is he confirming that Mr. Misati, that your father, is the one who approached him for purpose of that job?
Yes.
The issue of reference of the word son, who is being referred to in these circumstances?
I'm the son.
You are the son.
Yes.
You are put to task to explain why you cried, and you said that you cried because of your money, yes?
Yes.
Is there any other reason that made you cry?
Yes, I lost my baby.
You lost your baby?
Yes.
While you at that stand, Mr. Dennis, you heard the speaker directing that the sergeant at Hamdas take charge of another cry that came to the gallery, yes? And I'm sorry for that, Mr.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, in your direction,